What's up, guys? My name is unCAGEDgamez. Welcome back to another video. Today we got a little bit of a possible breaking news video for you guys. Now take this video, this news, this report with a grain of salt because it's not confirmed. Nothing's confirmed until the big people over at NetherRealm, all of them announces what's next game. But this could be something we gotta think about for the next NetherRealm Studios game. So let's talk about it. Again, take it with a pinch of salt, a cup of salt, whole jar of salt. All right, get that out of the way. Let's get into this possible breaking news. All right, so this news is coming from VGC, and it says NetherRealm prioritizing Mortal Kombat 12 over Injustice 3 due to WB uncertainty, it's claimed. Now, this could be huge, because we've been wondering what the next NetherRealm game is going to be. A lot of people were saying a Marvel versus DC game, which I still think is ridiculous. It would be amazing, but it won't never happen. There was also thoughts of a Marvel fighting game. There was a Marvel versus Mortal Kombat game. There was Avengers versus X-Men game at one point. It seems like every other week there is some news article or someone that knows someone that works at NetherRealm and be like, oh yeah, I heard it from this person that it's gonna be a Ninja Turtles versus Power Rangers game. It's like, come on, every other week it's something. But I guess this week's new news or new report is that NetherRealm is possibly making Mortal Kombat 12 over Injustice 3, which is actually a little bit of a different change of their schedule. Usually it goes, they do a Mortal Kombat game, and then they go a DC game, and then Mortal Kombat DC. They've been doing that for the past several years. It started with Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. And technically, I'm going to count that as a DC game. And then the next one was MK9. And then it was Injustice. And then it was MKX. And then it was Injustice 2. And then we got MK11. So if we're going with the timeline, the next one should be Injustice 3. But there has been those rumors that the next game was going to be a completely new game. But now it seems like NetherRealm could be going Mortal Kombat 11 to Mortal Kombat 12. Which, if that's the case, I don't know how I feel about that. I love Mortal Kombat, don't get me wrong, as you can see. Is it too soon for Mortal Kombat 12? I'm not sure, but let's keep reading. NetherRealm Studios could be prioritizing a new Mortal Kombat game over its DC superhero series Injustice due to uncertainty over its future with parent company WB Games. Okay. That's according to journalist Jeff Grubb, whoever Jeff Grubb is, who cited sources in a new Giant Bomb video who suggested that the developers is currently working on Mortal Kombat 12. See, again, this is how the news spreads. We heard it from one person, that heard it from another person, that heard it from a grapevine, heard it from uncles, grandma, worker, twice removed cousin. Like this, it's never from actual NetherRealm. We're pretty much playing the telephone game right now with all this he said, she said. But all right, here we go. It lines up with the reality, and it lines up with what I've heard, where Mortal Kombat 12 would make the most sense because that's a game they know will make money. It will sell well. Mortal Kombat 11 was great. It's doing well. But if you come out with Mortal Kombat 12, it will also sell and do well, Grubb said. I mean, you don't need a rocket scientist to know that. Like, I believe it is confirmed, or pretty much record shows Mortal Kombat games do better than the Injustice games, which is very surprising because, you know, everyone knows Superman and Batman. But Mortal Kombat 11 has done great, and if they do Mortal Kombat 12, it'll probably do amazing as well. But if they did a Marvel fighting game, it could take numbers. At the same time, you don't have to use any of these Batman or Superman characters that might tie up in licensing if you try to get rid of NetherRealm or sell it to whoever. As of last year, WB Games NetherRealm Studios was hiring for next-gen installment of both its fighting game franchises. NetherRealm released its most recent title, Mortal Kombat 11, in March 2019, followed by a $40 story expansion last year. Meanwhile, Injustice, its fighting series based on DC superheroes, hasn't seen a release since 2017's sequel. NetherRealm has typically altered between Injustice and Mortal Kombat. Like I said earlier, they have a pattern. NetherRealm's future with parent company WB Games has looked uncertain for the past year, with overall owner AT&T reportedly considering selling off part of its game business, which we have heard about that news for a while now. So yes, that could throw a wrench in things over at NRS. with what game they work on next. AT&T reportedly put its game division up for sale in 2020, attracting interest from likes of Electronic Arts, EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, and Activision Blizzard. And we know what's going on over there. So, a lot of things in the gaming world. Ultimately, no deal was made for its game studio, which also includes the like of Rocksteady, the Batman Arkham series, Suicide Squad game coming out, Monolith, Middle Age Games, Shadow of Mordor / War, and TT Games, the Lego games. A new development took place earlier this year when AT&T announced it had agreed a deal to offload WB Games' parent WarnerMedia, which will merge with Discovery to form a new standalone company billed as one of the largest global streaming players. This transaction, which is anticipated to close in mid of 2022, will see AT&T receive $43 billion and its shareholders receiving stocks representing 71% of the new company. Oh my God, that's some big numbers there. While WB Games wasn't mentioned in May's announcement, a spokesperson told Axios the deal will see it broken up in some form. Some of the gaming arms will stay with AT&T and some will go with a new company, they said. So there you guys have it. That is the news for today. Don't take this as a confirmation that the next game is Mortal Kombat. Anything could happen. This is just one person saying that they think it's Mortal Kombat because they heard it from this person and that person heard from another person. So it could be Injustice 3 still. It's still possible. It could be a Marvel fighting game. Heck, it could be a completely different game that we didn't see coming. Like a horror fighting game. That would be dope. Or Shadow Monks 2. I can dream. I wouldn't say the next game is 100% confirmed Mortal Kombat. I know there are a lot of talks right now about all this selling the company and all this and, you know, properties and owning the rights to license to characters. There's a lot of things going on right now. So it's very strange times, I bet, for the people over at NetherRealm Studios. Whatever happens, I'll be sure to cover it on the channel. So if they do announce Mortal Kombat, Injustice, whatever new game, I'll be sure to cover it on here, on the channel right away. So if you guys do not want to miss out on this breaking news updates and all that, make sure you click the subscribe button, ring that bell icon so you guys get notified every time we upload a brand new video. So you guys will be in the know when the news drops. And if you guys want to stay even more up to date, follow me on Twitter at unCAGEDgamez. I sometimes tweet out funny stuff. Sometimes. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, drop a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know what game do you actually think NetherRealm is going to release next. Do you think it's Mortal Kombat? Do you think it's Injustice? Or do you think it's a brand new game? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you guys have not yet, subscribe. My name is unCAGEDgamez, and you just got caged. Let's check the price. So Mortal Kombat Trilogy is rated right now, going for, yeah, about around $20. So, not the greatest, but it could be.